Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday the 13th of April, ending Friday the 18th. This is options expiration week, so Friday will be options expiration. We all know what that means. Here's a look at the euro dollar. So the dollar is getting much weaker here, breaking down completely after being at near highs just a month and a half ago. Pound dollar, not quite the same story, but still the same concept. Market, dollar getting stronger, dollar getting weaker. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures form. Quite a crazy week, down and then back up and whatever. S&P cash, same story. NASDAQ 100, again, down and then up. Russell 2000, the tariff war is obviously the problem. Russell 2000 closes pretty flat. This has actually been fairly stable compared to the NASDAQ and the S&P. Crude oil closing at 61.50. I mean, that's good for gas prices, but it usually means a weak economy, so it is what it is. We've got Bitcoin sitting at 84,000 and change right now as I do this. Obviously, it trades 24/7. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, way down. So bonds down, rates up, as they say. It's not great. The VIX closes at 37.94. So we've got some volatility, obviously. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, or on the New York, was back and forth, but actually mostly positive for the week by the second half. The trend closes at 0.59, puts the 10-day at 0.97. So that's still above the 0.85 level. That would be the sell signal. That's the blue line, so there's no sell signal yet, but we can get there pretty quick. ES intraday 10-minute charts, so you can see the prior Friday on the far left, and then, at the end of the day, we closed up for the week, but just barely, and it was Tuesday and Wednesday were all over the board. Thursday and Friday were kind of boring. Same thing with NASDAQ. And then volume has been as high as 14 million shares. It's pretty crazy. You don't see that very often. In terms of some of the individual stocks, Apple trying to recover here, Amazon trying to recover, Meta also, it's been kind of all over the board. Google trying to recover, Goldman Sachs, not much there. Netflix closes wherever. Nvidia trying to recover, looks like it could maybe take off. We'll see. Zoom, not much there. And then First Solar has been really kind of flat through all of this stuff that's been going on. So that's where we stand in terms of data coming out this week. We have, here in the U.S. at least, just some Fed members speaking on Monday, nothing else. Tuesday, there's a lot of data out of Canada, and then we've got the Empire State Manufacturing Index and the import-export prices here in the U.S. at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Another Fed member speaking. That's it for the day, so nothing early to start the week out. Bank of Canada has their rate announcement on Wednesday. We've got capacity utilization and industrial production. We've got retail sales. More Fed speak. That's about it. It's a pretty boring week, actually, for data. Thursday, we've got the usual. Obviously, we've got crude oil inventories on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got the initial and continuing jobless claims number, Philly Fed manufacturing, housing starts and building permits, natty gas at 10:30. Bank holiday in New Zealand and Australia and Switzerland out because we're coming up on Good Friday. And then, that's about it. There's nothing here. Friday's boring. So we don't really have much going on all week in terms of data. The next, obviously we've got Easter coming up and stuff like that, but that's about it. Charts as usual, brought to you by NinjaTrader. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.